So we were doing this chapter number 5, periodic classification element, and in this we have done 2 topics so far, that is Dobereilius triad and Newland's law of octave. I think that is clear to you, everybody. Okay, so today we will be doing Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, so Mendeleev's periodic table is based upon Mendeleev's periodic law. So he gave a law. Mendeleev is a scientist. He was a scientist. He was a German scientist, and in 1869 he gave this table. Okay, so he was working on this table. So since the scientists were trying hard to classify the elements, so the first scientist was Dobereilius, who made triads. So he was able to make 3 triads. Okay, so triad is a set of 3 elements or a group of 3 elements. So, but he was not able to make more than 3 triads. Then came Newland. So he made a law of octave in which he kept 7 elements, and after that, at the 8th element, it was a repetition. So Mendeleev also take that, but he gave that there is a periodicity. Periodicity means the repetition. That means the properties of the elements are repeating after a certain interval of time. ठीक है, तो यानी कि कोई प्रॉपर्टी है किसी एलिमेंट की और वो किसी एक चल रही है सीरीज में इन इंक्रीजिंग एटॉमिक मासेस एंड देन इट इज अगेन रिपीटिंग एट अ स्पेसिफिक टाइम. So the Mendeleev's periodic law was the properties of elements are periodic function of atomic masses. Okay, the properties of element. Properties can be the physical property or the chemical property. That means the properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. That means when the elements are arranged in the increasing atomic masses, like we are arranging the elements from 1 to increasing order, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 atomic masses. Okay, you have to remember the word atomic mass here, because in the modern table we will be reading about atomic number, but Dobereilius scientist, Dobereilius triad, Newland law of octave and Mendeleev, all 3 scientists chose atomic masses, because by that time only masses were they were considered as the fundamental property of the element. Although it is a fundamental property, but nowadays atomic number is more accurate thing to be chosen as to be taken as the chemical property, because atomic number defines the configuration, and we know that the elements are reactive on the basis of the electron in the outermost shell. We know that, because by that time valencies were not known. It was only Niels Bohr who gave the new model of the atom, in which he gave the proper electronic configuration and the position of electron in any reactivity of an element. So it was the properties of the element are the periodic function of the atomic mass. So Mendeleev had 2 main characteristics. So he took 2 main characters, or 2 main factors actually, we should say factors, into which his law was based. Number 1 was 2 main factors of Mendeleev periodic law, because the table was based upon his law. तो लॉ में कौन से मेन फैक्टर्स थे? नंबर 1 था इंक्रीज्ड atomic mass. It was the main. And number 2 was the similar, or we can say the grouping of similar chemical, the grouping of the elements having the similar chemical properties is better. Similar element or chemical property. Okay, so he grouped the elements, those who are having the similar chemical property, in one group. Okay, so basically he took two main things which he followed in a chart. Like he was always keeping the elements in their increasing atomic number, masses, and he was grouping the elements who were having the similar chemical and physical property. Now, how did he do that? Okay, I will give you the notes as well. You don't need to write it right now. I'll tell you. Number one was that he used oxygen and hydrogen. He reacted oxygen and hydrogen to the then known elements. So by that time only 63 elements were known. Okay, so he reacted all 63 elements with oxygen and hydrogen, and he was able to use all these elements, or he was able to place all these elements into his table. But Gauss was failed to create right, but Mendeleev used all 63 elements in his table, and he found out the real properties, the real chemical and physical properties of these elements according to their atomic masses, and he arranged them. So with the oxygen, the elements which form a specific formula was placed in one group. For example, he reacted many elements with oxygen, and some of them form formula R2O, some form RO, some form RO2, and like that. Okay, so these formula was based on their, like we react sodium with oxygen, okay, and we get the formula of, which is like this, Na2O. Okay, we have done it. So this is like this element, any element, it could be metal or non-metal, was taken as R. So formula was R2O. So any element which was forming the formula of R2O were placed in one group. And again same with the hydrogen, the element forming the formula RH or RH2, and like that. So they were placed in one group. So here R was the element. R was taken as an it was just a formula, general formula. So R kept on changing based on the elements, like whatever element he was using. So R was a specific thing used for every element. Okay. So by this, when he found that there was similarity in the chemical property and the physical property of the element, he made them to keep in one group. Okay, he kept them into one group. Like Mendeleev used, he made 7 groups. Okay, so in the vertical position he used group. He placed the elements into groups. Okay, so from top to bottom there were groups, and horizontally there were periods. Okay, so Mendeleev had 8 groups all total. Out of them 1 to 7 were the groups of the lighter elements, and the 8th group was made for the elements who were transition elements. Transition elements are the elements which have more than one valency. Okay, so periods, Mendeleev has 7 periods. In some table it has in the main table which Mendeleev, because now when we see the Mendeleev table in our book, that is also a revised version, but the original table of Mendeleev were having 7 periods. Okay, so there were 7 periods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 periods were there in the original Mendeleev periodic table. Okay. Now, here in the first group it was hydrogen for the first period. Then second was lithium. Okay. Then beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Then sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, potassium, calcium. And after calcium, they were the heavy elements. Heavy elements, why do we call them heavy elements? Because we are saying that the elements are placed according to the increased atomic masses. Atomic mass means weight. Okay. So the elements which have atomic mass of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and on are, seriously we know that it's having a less atomic mass. So that means they are lighter elements, and the elements which are having atomic mass more than 40, 50, 60. So they are the heavier elements. So the lighter element, and after that he places the other elements like here in this aluminium he places a gap, because by that time the element which was similar to aluminium was not known. Okay, it was not discovered by them, but he left some gap. He didn't put any element to fix it here, but he left some gap because he predicted that in the future there will be elements which will be having the chemical property similar to this group, and they can be placed to this. And he named this element as aluminium. Ega means a word which is known as, which will come previously, and aluminium, which will resemble the aluminium in that. And then gallium was found here, which was having a property similar to the aluminium. And same here, like silicon. Okay, so silicon was also an element. So similar to this, was not known by the time, so he left some gap, naming that all as Eka, silicon, and the other element were discovered. So it was even in the boron also. So in this group from 1 to 7, there were some subgroups as well. So subgroups were named as A and B. So each group has subgroups called as A and B. But A group was not having any subgroup. Okay. So from 1 to 7, there were some subgroups also. And here, from the 4th period, there were subgroups. So 2 elements were placed in one group. Okay. So subgroup also have the elements in the subgroup also have the same chemical property. Like here, scandium was placed with this, and the other elements like there were many elements which were placed in the subgroup. Now in the transition elements, there were the heavy elements or the elements which have more than one valency. So here iron, cobalt and nickel were placed in this A group. Okay. So there is a full table of Mendeleev's in your NCERT book. You will see from there, and you have to draw that table in your pair notebook. Okay, you will read the table in your book, but I am just telling you till the calcium, because that is the thing which you have to learn in class 10. Okay, so now after seeing this table, something is clear in our mind. That Mendeleev has done many good things. Like he has made a chart which is making a systematic study, which made, by that time it made very easy for the scientists to study the elements and to know about the chemical properties of the elements, and it was based on the fundamental properties of atomic mass. Then as he made the groups which were based only upon the chemical property of the element, so after the discovery of noble gas, which was not discovered by that time, because by that time only 63 elements were discovered. So when other elements were discovered, so noble gas do not match with these, either with these elements. So a separate group can be created. So a separate group was created without disturbing these chart or these groups of the elements. Now, these are the elements which have similar properties. So we can see here, like these are metals, and when we move from left to right here, they are non-metals. Okay, this is metal, lithium, sodium, potassium, beryllium, magnesium, calcium are metals, and these are the metalloids which are having the properties of metals as it is known to the head. You can see like this property. And you should come to this week, I think. It will be better. That would be better social distancing. Then moving from left to right, you can see here that these are the non-metals. Okay. So a separate group can be created for the noble gases, and here they are the transition elements. Okay, now, so these are some merits of the metal table. That is, they were arranged in an order of atomic mass in which the elements which were having the same chemical property or physical property were arranged in groups. The gaps were created so that in future, if the elements were discovered having a similar chemical property, can be placed easily without disturbing the table. And Mendeleev even predicted the existence of the element. He predicted that there would be some element which will be similar to the known element of that time. So he knew that already, so he left some gaps. So it was very good. Now with this, there were also some demerits, because whenever there are merits, there are demerits. If there had been no demerit, then the modern periodic table would have not been formed by that time. Now. So because it was having some demerits as well, some drawbacks, that is why it got failed. इसीलिए वो फेल हो गया था. कौन फेल हो गया था? Mendeleev's का टेबल, periodic table पे. ठीक है? What are the demerits? So merits and demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, so don't get confused between Mendeleev and Mendeleev. Okay, Mendeleev who gave the law of inheritance, and this is Mendeleev, and that is Mendel, M-E-N-D-E-L, Mendel. Okay, so merits were that it gave that systematic study, easy study, okay, based on fundamental properties. Okay, prediction of other similar elements, okay. He knew at that time that there will be some similar elements will be there, and there were many more merits, and it gave the idea that it's a periodicity and in the chemical property, okay. So also periodicity in the chemical property. Okay, now what are the demerits? So I'm just writing in this manner, but you don't have to compare these. I'm just writing in one format. Okay. So demerit, position of hydrogen was not clear. Because if you remember, this is hydrogen, then lithium, then sodium, potassium, and so on. So hydrogen was placed in group 1, if you remember. But hydrogen is a non-metal, and it was placed in the group of metals. Okay. So that was not done, because as he said that each and every group has a similar chemical property. So how can hydrogen come in this group 1? Because hydrogen is a non-metal and the properties are so different from each other. So this was the main drawback. The position of hydrogen was not clear. Okay, then second, he said that they are placed in the increasing atomic masses, but this law did not hold true for the isotopes. Isotopes are the what? Yes, the elements which have the similar, no chemical property, the similar atomic number, but different atomic masses. Like hydrogen have isotopes, and then chlorine has isotopes. Chlorine has the different atomic masses. Okay, so it failed for the isotopes, because all the isotopes were placed in same slot. If he said that they will be placed according to the increasing atomic masses, and why did he place this? Okay. So now there is also a merit. एक merit था इसमें छूट गया कि it helps to find out the correct atomic mass of the element. Like gold and platinum have atomic masses. So earlier it was believed that the platinum is heavier than gold, but it's not like that. Platinum is not heavier than gold. Gold is not heavier than platinum, but platinum is considered more heavy than gold. So it was having a wrong atomic mass. So gold atomic mass is like 90, 97, and platinum is like 95. I think. I'm sure about that. So it was also a merit, but here for the demerits, cobalt and nickel. So nickel was placed after cobalt, and cobalt has to be placed after nickel because there is a slight difference in the atomic mass. The atomic mass of cobalt is 58.93 and the atomic mass of nickel is 58.71. So when cobalt is having atomic mass of 98, so I think it's 58.93, and nickel is having 58.71. So nickel's atomic weight is less than cobalt. It has to come before cobalt. So this is also a demerit. Okay. Then now merit was also one that after discovery of the noble gases, they could easily be placed in this. It was also a merit. And demerit was that because some of the things like he didn't explain properly why did he kept these isotopes here, and the other was this, like placing of these elements. Why did he place the higher atomic mass before the element which is having the lesser atomic mass? So these were the demerits, and there were more demerits. Like the lanthanide and actinide series were also not explained here in this, because there are some elements which are placed in the lanthanide and actinide series, which you will be studying in class 11, I guess. And then there were some elements which were dissimilar. जो similar नहीं थे उनको एक साथ यहाँ पर ही रख दिया था transition elements में, but they were not similar. So some of the dissimilar elements was also kept together in one group. So there were many demerits as well as merits, but it was a very good, and really got so praised for this model because it became an inspiration for the other scientists to make the modern periodic table. So this was the only inspiration because it was such a good table that it has, in the modern table, it's just a Mendel's table which has been more modified. So few groups are added into that, but it is an inspiration model. So it has many merits, but also the demerits of the fail. Okay. So I think that is it. And